Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our lesson 3. Today lesson will go through LO3 learning outcome 3. As you know me, my name Anjum Satar. If you have any question, please drop me email anjum@ukversity.co.uk. I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. So LO3, which is be able to take effective notes from the variety of source, that is quite crucial in academic and research skills, which we'll go through today lesson. Okay, guys, sorry about that's we'll move to the what is the note taking. There are two main reasons why note taking is important. When you are reading or listening, taking notes help you to concentrate. In order to take notes, or write something sensible, you must understand the text. As listening and reading are interactive tasks, and taking notes help you to make sense of the text. So please, it's everyone different learning style. Some are kinesthetic, auditory, or some people like, but it's good to be take some notes, the keywords. You can make it little mind maps as well. That's also are pick the those words, keywords, and then you can explain in your own words later on. Okay, is quite good. So we already had a discussion about learning outcome one, where we went through, we discussed skills, smart objectives, SWOT, PDP, functional skill, hard and soft skill. LO2, we discussed different type of research, primary and secondary. We mentioned ONS, Office of National Statistic, where we can collect the information about some facts and figures. ons.gov.uk if you want, depends, yes, according to. So effective note taking, generally study skills are those transferable skills. You need to use study note taking as important study skills. It's allow you to focus on your thought, organize and view. So main thing, it's quite good to be organized, like if you're doing primary and secondary research. So you need to be make sure we'll carry on doing these recordings and taking notes. So note taking is very important. Okay, so when we do effective note taking is a question of activity there for active possessive note taking and underlying the write down the everything that had been said in the session. So it's difficult everything you just copy. Of course, we can nowadays we can record as well, but if you do the note taking, you can make more active note taking. And some advocates of effective active note taking, which what we can do. So just no underlying or highlighting taking of live sessions or written material should take place as it's. So you have to make sure you find a visual read and write the learners and kinesthetic learners. It depends upon what sort of your learning style. So like if it's a primary research first hand information, we can write about like how we can and different sort of information. Like some people like a kind of like a stenotypist or steno shorthand, so they can write in the in a smart brief in the lines even as well. That can be note taking. Okay, so what is the difference between making and note taking? So note taking is the possessive process which is done at the lectures, where the note making is the more active focus activities, where you assimilate all the information and make sense of it yourself. So that's make sure, that's why I'm just saying little mind maps, make sure underneath you can explain what you get the concept, you can write in your own words, not really exactly you copy as it is what you're hearing. Yes. Ah, yes, some definition we can. What are the three, note taking skills? So effective note taking outline, usually we can look at Raman numeric as are the bullet points, in effective ways to capture relationship between ideas and the data. We can look around the mind mapping lectures, mind mapping. There are a lot of software nowadays, of course, neural system putting the things into numbers and in orders. Yeah, that will help you to later on revise. Huh? Okay. Study skills, we like, is quite crucial if you like, you want to take the notes for suppose, the PDP, SWOT, smart objective, what is content. So in later on, you can explain it. Each words, that's one way in a sequence you can. Okay, so 5 hour approach which can be used when note taking. So record during the lecture, write all the meaningful information legibly, reduce, the after the lectures, make sure reduce, yes, write the summary of the ideas and using the keyword uh, cue, because clarify the meaning and relationship ideas, reinforce continuity, strengthen your memory, that will help you to memorize and prepare the exam. In recite, to study properly, and you make recite all the information in your own words without looking notes, at the text. Reflect, think about your own opinion and ideas, and uh, yes, raise, the question from it, and review, the before reading the study new material. Take 10 minutes, quickly review your old note and skim, our ideas and reviews, and review enhance, your retention of the old material. Yeah, that's, is quite crucial, which are approach which can be used that will help, to focus more and learn more. And that is quite crucial, which we can look around in real world. Okay, anybody, any question, please, if you have? Okay, let's please 2 minutes we can watch, these are few videos about chronal note taking techniques or visual note taking techniques. Let's please, we'll spend, a few minutes. Just copy these links, please, and watch. Huh? Okay, thanks for watching. Let's will back during when we watch the video, we not recording. Yes. Okay. Okay, so okay, so we can look around next. 3.1, we have, note key points of information from the variety of source using the listening skill and reading. There are the 5 key active listening techniques, can be used to become a more effective. Pay attention, give speaker your undivided attention and acknowledge the message. Show you are listening and provide the feedback and defer judgment and response, appropriate. So that is quite crucial, which we can. Okay, so let's, you can watch the active listening, please, this video. So we not record, just spend few minutes. Okay, thanks for coming back. Let's, we'll move to the next. The following are the example of active listening techniques: reflecting listening, showing the understand, what has been said by repeating the keywords back and asking the question. They are useful in the conversation. Emotional intelligent, yes, emotional intelligence is all about self-awareness, which area you're really interested, which ways you learn according to the learning out learning is your style. Yes, social intelligence, information listening, visualizing, body language and passions, very important in active listening. And what are the 3 A's active listening? Effective listening is about the self-awareness. As I mentioned, you must pay attention whether or not, the only hearing. Possessively listening and actively listening, engaging. Actively listening is required the concentration and the focus. Yes, known as active listening. And active listening can be broken down into 3 main elements. So if you want, active listening strategy, different strategy we can, and we can look around the more type of reading technique can be. Yes. So skimming, scanning, intensive and extensive. So these we can skimming reading, yes, scanning intensively read each and every word extensively you can. So skimming is the something, refer to the just reading. Skimming is may help, in order to know what is the text is about and its most basic levels. And you must, typically do with the magazine and newspapers, and would help you to mentally and quickly shortlist those articles which you might consider for the deeper read, and you might typically skim to search up the names and the telephone. So what you need to do, make sure skimming, so you can, because sometimes it's always like if you're reading the journal article, always good to be do the abstract and do the conclusion and do skimming, look the key headings, that will also 700 minutes train yourself, and particularly method and comprehension of the course law and understanding overall the contents. Yeah, that is very crucial. Scanning is the picture yourself, visiting historical city and guidebooks, and you most probably just scan the guidebook, see and the site you might want to visit. And scanning involve getting the eyes quickly across the sentence and simple the piece of information interesting and concluded that's the reading from the computer screen and actually pathways of. So that's these are the key bullet points which we can focus. Speed comprehension of the text. Yes, sometimes the students do give enough important of example there should be included in your scanning. Yes, scanning, like you see the board, you scan which ways the idea, maybe you're not reading, you just arrows itself give you the lot of. Okay, so intensive reading, you need to have to aim clear in the mind when you intensive reading. Remember, going so far and more, consuming than the scanning and skimming. If you need to list, chronologically events, long passage, you need to be read intensively and type, and read indeed, beneficial at the language learner and help, to understand the vocabulary, detecting the meanings and the words are synonyms. You can look around and retention of the information in the long period of time, and the knowledge and resulting intensive reading persisted, which we need to be make sure will carry on doing. And this is one of the reason why reading huge amount of information just before exam does not work, because you can be overload of information and the brain, and especially people those are reading last minute. Yes, please, your brain is takes good 20 minutes to settle down and recall the information. So it's best to be don't rush or do recap on the last minute intensive reading. In So extensive reading is the involve reading for the players because of the elements of the enjoyment, like you reading any stories of different yes, it depends on your interests. Yes, reading, it's likely that the student will undertake the extensive reading a text they don't like, and also require the fluid decoding and explain to how we can get the information, how we can interpret the information, how we can disperse the information. The text is difficult and you stop every minutes and figure and what are said, or look the word and dictionary, and you're breaking and your concentration and diverting your thought can be. Okay, so we need to be make sure. So when we do 3.2, paraphrase and summarize the information in the paraphrase in your own words. Paraphrasing mean formulating someone else idea in your own words, and the paraphrase is the source. You have rewrite the passage without changing the meaning of original text, and paraphrasing is the alternative and quoting, where you copy someone exactly the words and put them into quotation mark. Yes, we can use acronyms, we can look symbols, shorthand, and active reading involve, paraphrasing and summarizing. That's also very important. Okay, guys, so you can pick, and listen these example of in order to do this task, pick your article, use interesting and write in your own words. So please, in before next lesson, if we can pick, and we can write, the few, yes, a little paragraph on the newspaper or article, whichever, which you can pick, either the physical newspaper as well online. Okay, guys, then this is the little Kahoot quiz on different note-taking techniques. Please, in your time, make sure you go through. And the learning style, make sure you can do the learning style activities. If you just copy and paste the link, and do the question, and that will help. And so these are the reference which we use, and those will help you further enhance your understanding. Anybody, any question before we finish? No, thanks for listening and thanks for attending. Hope so. If you have any question, please you can drop me email anjum@ukversity.co.uk. I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for listening. Thank you. Bye bye.